Hey there guys! So, just so you know, my store has gone live, so if you want to go and check it out, you guys can go ahead and check the link down in the description below.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine.
Hello there guys, it's me, Crafty Simmer, and welcome back to the channel. So, when I do speed builds, I tend to have like a little bit of like a story that kind of goes with it. Now, what kind of made me do the speed build was the fact that I kind of wanted to play with like some of the season stuff and kind of play with that because I was really like I said before, I was like super hyped for seasons. Like, I basically cried at the announcement trailer. It's fine, everything's fine. So basically this was kind of me just kind of playing around with the seasonal new objects. So that was this is kind of why this whole video kind of exists anyway. But let's just get right into the story. So when I was in school, I barely really even had a teacher who didn't like me. Like, the only two teachers that I can remember who didn't like me were my art teacher and her reason, and basically there was one day where she was like, she called me annoying. Like, she called me straight up annoying, like right to my face. It was fun. That was a party. Like, I basically came back to like ask like my art projects, and she was like, "You are really pesky," and it's like, oh, okay, like, okay, I'm just asking for my art project, which is what you asked us to do. So I wanted my art project back, but that's okay. I didn't really like her class anyways. I don't like art class. I find art class really dumb. Let's just say that much. Anyways, though, this story is not about her. And this is about my grade 7 band teacher. So when I was in grade 7, my original band teacher went on maternity leave because she was going to have a baby. And so we got this different teacher instead for my grade 7 year. Now, a lot of us were like really excited because we've had this teacher a few times in the past, and he was considered a cool substitute teacher. And yeah, no, this year was anything but that. Like, I won't get too much into like the details of it, but I mean, though, like, it was just not a good year for band, and a lot of kids dropped out that year because this teacher was such a nightmare. So bad. So anyways, though, so how do I start this? Now, as you guys know, with substitute teachers tend to not have a whole lot of control over their classrooms. Like, I don't really think I've ever really seen a substitute teacher that didn't want to pull their hair out by the end of the class, unless it's like, you know, like, we've seen the teacher a few times, we have a relationship with that teacher, and therefore it kind of makes their job easier. So I kind of understand like why sometimes teachers, like, sometimes like we would get the same teacher all the time, because once again there's just that relationship, and there's control, and there's stability in the classroom. So this teacher didn't have any control of the class. It was just a nightmare through and through and through. It was, yeah. I'm pretty sure during band camp even the parents were like, really there, guys? Like, we taught y'all better. So anyways, though, moving on with the story, yeah, no, this band teacher didn't like band kids. Straight up did not like band kids. And he was just, like, he was, let's just say that, like, after a few years later when he taught us again, because my choir teacher went on a leave for a few days because his wife had a baby. We had him for a few days there too, and he was fine. Like, once again, substitute teacher, Mr. Cool, and it was all fine, all dandy, all great. And so anyways, though, so now I probably didn't have as much like a bad experience as, you know, per se, maybe some other kids had. Like, I'm not gonna say like kind of like the logistics of it, or really like kind of delve into that story, because there is one story that happened, but I was actually absent from school that day, and yeah, teacher got into like a lot of trouble. Let's just say that much. So anyways though, like basically this like, I feel like a lot of people are just gonna be like, are you really sure this is the actual thing, or were you just not really good in that class? So not only did he teach band students band class, but he also taught the students health class as well. So this is kind of where my story kind of, where like he was one of like, well, really one of the worst freaking liars in the entire world. So basically he taught us health class. Now, health class is a relatively easy class. Like, basically, like, all you have to do is just listen and just, you know, like, just listen. Just listen, just do the work. It's not really a difficult class to do as long as you're, you know, I mean, then again, though, really any class you do isn't really difficult as long as you do the work. But health is just kind of like one of those classes which is kind of like, okay, we've been taught, like, you're shoving the same stuff down our throat that you've been shoving down our throats since grade 4. So, like, this is just all just refresher courses at this point. So basically, I was getting B's and A's in that class. Like, I remember that I got good grades in that class. Like, I got so many good grades in that class. And our report cards come back, and I got a grade that didn't make sense. I got a D in a class that I got only B's and A's in. Like, to me that doesn't make any sense. So my mom told me, so like my report card, she's like, how did you get a D in health? And I'm like, I don't know how I got a D in health, because I literally wasn't making those grades in health class. Because I literally wasn't. I was literally making good grades in that class, and then, like, yeah, I literally had a teacher fail me on purpose, and I don't know how he even did it, or how, like, he even, like, it still boggles my head that I even failed a class like that, in which the teacher hated me so much that he actually purposely failed me. Like I said, I don't know how I got that D. Like, my grades in that class didn't add up to the grade that I got as a final grade. Because like I said, I don't even think I even got a D in that class. So I don't know how that happened. Anyways though, and the other thing too that just kind of tipped me off a little bit too is just kind of like when I brought up again like a few years later, she's like, my mom's like, oh yeah, and then she kind of like brought up too how one of like the smartest, well, not smartest kids, but like one of like the hardest working kids in my grade failed that class too, and like she's a straight A student. So that's just it. Just that entire thing just kind of seemed really, really messy. And, yeah, that is basically literally the story of how a teacher failed me. And I don't even know how he got away with it. Let alone the fact, too, that, like, he was just really mean. I wanted to quit band. My mom's like, well, he's not coming back next year, you know, why don't you just give the new teacher a chance? So I did. He was fine. Definitely, like, not great, but he was fine. And then I went on to grade 9, did choir, and then, like, in grade 9, I did sign up for band, but I didn't get band. So then, I didn't do band for a year, which is kind of the crucial year, because that's when, like, that band teacher tends to, like, work us really, really hard to get us up to speed to where we're supposed to be as per the curriculum. Because, like, a lot of us don't come in at curriculum level as we're supposed to be. So when I was put back into band in grade 10, it was really frustrating for me, because I didn't have the opportunities that the other kids got. Like, I mean, like, I didn't really even know how to read a scale quite yet, which is just, that's just scary. But now I do, though, thankfully. And I still remember how to read a scale. You know, how to, like, read, like, to, you know, to, like, figure out, like, what key it's in. Yeah, I didn't know how to read that at first. Now I do. So, yeah, so it was just really great that at least, like, when I came out of that, and like after taking a year off band, that I was at least given the opportunity to try to catch up, even though I never truly caught up to where I was supposed to be. I was definitely a lot further than where I was when I was put back into band. Anyways, you guys, that's it for my story. Yeah, I don't even know how I failed a class and the teacher purposefully failed me, let alone the fact that I didn't get the grades to fail. I still failed. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye there, guys.
Sipping strawberry lime, you know I wanna share it with you. Macy's going boom boom. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Up in here, got that DJ playing music, everybody wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here, everybody wants to ride in the water slide. 3, 4. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. Take the roller coaster, and you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. Water slide. Yeah, it's a hot day, I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun, so I cool down. Won't you come on over, we can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Macy's going boom boom. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. It's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop. We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you. Macy's going boom boom. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Everybody wants a ride in the water slide.
3, 4.
If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide.
Water slide.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Macy's going boom boom. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over, we can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water
Slide.
surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, 'cause you know this party won't stop.